alihi wasahbihi ajmain. Mari kita mulai majlis ini dengan Al-Fatihah. Al-Fatihah yang diketahui bahawa Islam yang datang ke alam Melayu ni memang telah dimainkan peranan yang dimainkan oleh para ulama Khorasan, Iran, Persia. Kalau kita lihat manuskrip Izharul Haq fi Mamlaki Farlah yang ditulis oleh Abu Ishaq Amakaran. Abu Ishaq Amakaran ni, Amakaran tu adalah suku Balochistan, iaitu South Khorasan. Cuma analisis Ali Hashimi dan M. Yusuf Jamil, dia terlepas pandang. Dia mengatakan rombongan ini dekotar. Sebenarnya pengarang teks itu adalah suku Balochistan, membuktikan bahawa rombongan yang pertama datang ke Perlak, Kota Khalifah, Bandar Khalifah itu membina kerajaan Islam Perlak itu adalah rombongan dari Balochistan. Balochistan ini satu masyarakat yang terdiri daripada berbagai bangsa Arab, India, Parsi dan campuran. Dan mereka bermazhabkan Sunni Hanafi. Cuma ada dua kumpulan kalau mengikut ensiklopedia daerah, iaitu Sunni Hanafi yang berlatar belakangkan adat budaya Ananisme, dan Sunni Hanafi yang beradakkan budaya Syiah. So peranan inilah membina kerajaan Islam Perlak. Dan semalam saya ditemu buah dalam Astro Gegar tentang penulisan Jawi, dan saya mengatakan penulisan Jawi adalah berasal dari bahasa Jawi, ijaiyahnya berasal dari Parsi, bukannya Arab. Dia ada penambahan beberapa huruf, dan itu juga ada dalam bahasa Parsi. Dan alhamdulillah sumbangan ulama Parsi Khorasan ini banyak mewarnai tamadun tamadun Melayu, dari sejak Islam datang hujung abad ke-9 Masihi sampailah abad berikut-berikutnya, 17, 18 dan sebagainya. Dan aliran banyak pengaruh macam kitab Tarjumah Mustafi, kebanyakan rujukannya dari ulama tafsir Khorasan, iaitu Parsi, iaitu Tabari, Baidawi, Sahlabi, Fakhruzi, Kazin dan sebagainya. So inilah kita membuktikan, keadaan ini yang membuktikan bahawa sumbangan sangat besar. Dan hari ini kebetulan sahabat saya datang dari University of Tehran. Beliau pakar dalam tarikat Sufi, dan hari ini dia dapat saya cuba dan usaha mendapatkan peluang dari pengarah ATMA supaya beliau untuk berkongsi pengalaman kajiannya dan ilmunya di sini, iaitu the contribution of Persian Sufi in the Malay of civilization, Profesor Redha dari Universiti Tehran. Kemudian seorang lagi adalah Dr. Mehdi. Beliau adalah postdoc saya di ATMA, dan dengan membuat projek terjemahan dan tahqiq Lataif Ghaibiyah Syekh Abdullah Shatar, kitab induk tarikat Syatariah. Dan tarikat Syatariah ini, untuk pengetahuan semua, adalah tarikat yang awal yang mendominasikan ke seluruh alam Melayu ini. Contohnya kita lihat Wali Songo. Wali Songo itu semua bertarikat Syatariah. Dan kitab Jawahir Khams Syekh Syataria yang jurai keempat atau kelima keturunan silsilah itu, kitab itu yang diguna pakai oleh para wali songo dan jadi kitab pengamalan. Dan seterusnya ulama-ulama berikut seperti Syekh Syamsuddin As-Sumatrai, Syekh Abdul Rauf Singkil, Syekh Abdul Muhib Pamijahan, Syekh Tokula Manis, Syekh Fatani, Syekh Ahmad Fatani, Wan Ali Kutan, Tok Kenali dan sebagainya. Mereka juga adalah para syekh atau mursyid tarikat Syataria yang mengembangkan Islam dan berjihad dan berdakwah di seluruh alam Melayu ini. So hari ini kita tidak membuang masa, kita menjemput Dr. Mehdi dululah untuk membentangkan manuskrip kitab induk La Ta'if Ghaibiyah Syekh Abdullah Syattar. Majlis dengan hormatnya mempersilakan Dr. Mehdi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, lecturers, professors, doctors, good morning, and I say Assalamu alaikum, very good morning to you. I don't know if kalau boleh saya guna bahasa campur. Walaupun kita ada di kawasan Selangor, tapi saya guna bahasa KL, bahasa campur, Farsi dengan Inggeris, Malay dengan Inggeris. As Prof. Shukri is a muqaddimah, talking about Iran is actually, nowadays a very sensitive issue in Malaysia. But in fact, the contribution of Iranian and Persian language to Malay, to Southeast Asia is a lot. The Persian language is not only in Iran, it's in Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, some part of India. And in India, it was the official language, as Prof knows, almost for at least for 3 centuries. So in India, the official language of Mughals, the Muslim leaders, was Persian. I've never been there, but I saw many documents that go to different historical places in India, things are written in Persian, especially the beautiful place of Taj Mahal. I've never been, but they say, people think that it's Arabic, but in fact it's all Persian. Because Persians were Iranians at that time were very famous for their poetic sense, the feelings that they have. Malay call it Shair Farsi. So it was very great sense, Iranians. So one of the books that Prof. Shukri gave me is written in India, but in Persian language. It's Latifatul Ghaibiyah. I try to translate, my bahasa Melayu just maybe okay untuk cakap, but tak fasih sangat untuk tulis dengan grammar yang betul. But I try to do something, Penulis Abdullah Samuddin bin Abdullah bin Rashid ibn Ziauddin ibn Najmuddin ibn Jamaluddin ibn Umar Yantersuhur, Sheikh al-Shuyukh, al-Sheikh Shahabul Haq wa Din al-Suhrawardi Quraishi. So this Persian book is Indian, belonged to almost 250 years ago. But the language is almost this type of Persian belong to 400, 500 years. So I try to bring the main point of this book. At the beginning, it starts with doa, muqaddimah, doa indah untuk memuji Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam dan para Nabi. And then at the end, we say that I named this Risalah with the title of Latifatul Ghaibiyah. In Arabic, Ghaibiyah it means hidden or something unseen. Latifa means, you can say, secrets or rahasia yang tak boleh nampak. The secrets, unseen secrets. Then we'll continue with the dua. Teruskan doa atas silsilah ishqiyah atau tariqat ishqiyah. Then continue, saya tulis risalah ini untuk pelajar-pelajar dalam bahasa Parsi kerana mudah untuk memahami. So those days in India, as I said just now, the official language 300 years ago was Persian. So it was easier for writers to write in Persian. So it was easier to understand. Then he continues after some dua. It's like menulis ini ada niat baik dan ikhlas untuk menulis risalah ini kerana Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, because he is part of ulama, as Nabi Sallallahu said, al-ulama warasatul anbiya. So they have to follow the trace of the prophets. So I just asked, maybe during the discussion, I will ask Prof. Shukri if just explain a bit about silsilah ishqiyah. Yeah, because in this manuscript they didn't describe what is silsilah ishqiyah or khandan ishqiyah.
Tariqah Ishqiyah is from Abu Yazid Abistami. Tariqah Abu Yazid Abistami. Actually, dasarnya, that's why they guna ish. Ish to ashik.
Yes, ishq in bahasa Parsi means love.
Love. Ashik means cinta, tentang cinta terhadap Allah SWT. That's why jalan tariqah rohani Ishqiyah ini diasaskan oleh Abu Yazid Abistami dan dikenali sebagai tariqah Ishqiyah kerana dia fokus perjalanan rohani ini terhadap cinta kepada Allah SWT. Itu saja. Thank you.
And continues, I will try to abbreviate. Sayyidina Nabi Sallallahu Allah sent goes for everybody, for Hamas and Awam, for special people and ordinary people. Hawas here for him means Ahl Tariqah, and Awam means ordinary people. But Quran said to Nabi, you just for everybody. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Then he continued that ada tiga jenis mashrab or tariqah for him. Mashrab shatar, mashrab akhyar, mashrab abrar. Shatar in Arabic, I asked Prof, in Arabic means smart and fast. Akhyar is coming from khair, khair. Amalan baik. Mashrab abrar means for abrar or bad. So it means for friends or hawas. They continue الطريق إلى الله بعدد ألفاظ الخلائق فالمقصود واحد. Even though there are many tariqat, but the aim is same. All is actually from Allah. Jalan ke Allah adalah sebanyak ramai orang, tetapi maksud adalah satu untuk Allah. Actually, this is my translation. Maybe it's not that much classy, but I try to edit it later. He continues. The difference among Sufis are on their quickness or slowness of their tariqah. Sufi beza sebab dia ikut tariqah yang beza. أفرغوا بين أبناء السبيل بحسب سرعة والبعث. Some like برق اللامن, means like a sudden flash, like a killer. Some as fast and bold as horse. Some like walking speed, like jalan kaki. And then they decrease the speed actually. From light to horse, jalan kaki. And then some of them are very slow, like semut, like ants. So they see that these tariqats, because they are difference of their speed actually, to reach to Allah. Then he continues that if I want to explain all, it takes a long time. Nabi Bani Masa sebab apa yang saya maksudkan ialah khandaan ishqiyah as Prof said dan tariqat syatariyah. Di tariqat ini yang paling senang dan paling cepat. It's like a barqul lamik. It's like a very fast. Not as slow as ants, but very fast. And this group, they have the Khaza'il Asrar. They have many secrets in their tariqat. And penuh dengan fazilat. Jam'ul Fadail wa Khaza'il Asrar. This is the things that he mentioned for this tariqat. And he continues many things, but he said the main point is the tariqat ini amal Quran. But ahwal banyak. Ahwal means the feelings, the pendapatan, observations. Less mujahidah, but full mushahidah. Quran mujahidah, penuh pendapatan. I say mushahidah, I just say pendapatan. Any better words for mushahidah in Malay? Mushahidah.
Penyaksian.
Penyaksian. So this tariqat is very fast because less amal, less assignment, but full of mushahidah. Then it comes to definition of term salik. Salik orang cuba dapat hakikat, because he wants to find the truth. Definisi salik orang yang jalan di tariqat, everyone is looking for God. According to this author, not a Christian, Muslim, everybody they have God, so they are searching for the God, the Prophet. But he said, some of them pray to stone, some of them praying to the fire, some of them praying to the moon. So they have different type of salik for them. They try to find the hakikat. Ada orang ibadah batu, ibadah air, ibadah api. Tetapi tidak boleh dapat hakikat amal. Ada percubaan, tapi cubaan jahil yang tidak ada hasil. They try, but because they're not on the right according to this tariqat. But he said that there is a salik wasil. This time, this Quran sudah dapat hakikat. So it means Muslims. طالب صادق مقید به چیز دیگر نشود. Because this is a beautiful sentence, I just put it in Persian. آب خشک شود و آتش کشته گردد و ماه و آفتاب در طلوع افق سرگردان شوند. Orang yang beriman kuat kepada Allah Subhanahu wa taala tidak ragu-ragu dan tidak ibadah benda lain kecuali Allah, sebab dia tahu air boleh kering tapi boleh padam, matahari dan bulan dapat gerhana, tapi Allah yang tidak ada kekuatan. So that's why now it's different, why these people are salih but they are not salih wasil. They did not get the right. So itulah misi penting Anbiya, all the prophets. Untuk tunjuk jalan sempurna kepada umatnya, bukan jalan yang ada kekurangan. Sorry if it is, I hope it's not boring. Then continues with Saleh Wasil. Say that this defines yang bukan selfish. Dengan ikhlas, solely believe on Tawheed, Tawheed al-Mutlaq. Then this beautiful hadith, yang mesti rasa Tuhan ada di setiap tempat dan di setiap masa. You can feel that Allah is everywhere. There is a hadith, I think from Abi Talib, said, La a'budu rabban lam arah. I will pray to God, the God that whom I can see with my eyes. Means full of iman. Maksudnya nampak Tuhan dengan mata hati, baru ibadah. Yeah. This is solid verse according to continues that Anbiya are solid verse. Therefore, Abid must respect all the prophets. Semua Nabi mesti dihormati. So you cannot say that this is other religion but I don't like. This is the prophet I don't like. All the prophets is from the Rasul you should respect. You cannot disrespect any of them. This is actually the philosophy of Khandan Shia. This is this text. Khandan Shia is in this group. And you mentioned again, At-Turuba al-Allah, Ba'adad Anfas al-Halai. God is actually al-Halal. For many people, they are different. He continues with this Khandan Ishqiya. Khandan in Basa Farsi means household, like Al Ibrahim or Al. So this Al Ishqiya or Khandan Ishqiya are Mashrib Shattari. They are following Shattariyat. And then they say that they always tawbah and istighfar. Tawbah istighfar from tawbah dari amalan yang sudah buat. Amalan yang salah. And repent from the past deeds. Istighfar dari amalan yang akan mungkin buat di masa depan. Or retraction from the future bad deed. And they say that to renew the tawbah means to renew the iman. Tasbih tawbah, tajdid iman farma. It's actually a very deep text. Then it talks about the talqeen, which Moshe gives to Murid. In Malay language, Murid is usually used for students, but in Iran, or in those days, Murid means those who wants to go to Tariqat. Murid, belajar Tariqat akan belajar praktik, or which means nama Tuhan, Ismazat, in his heart, because those who are not mahram, not able to keep the secret of God, should not be aware of it, according to what he says. Murid yang tak mahram tidak boleh simpan rahsia Allah. He say why? Al-aqilu yakfi al-ishara wal-ghafilu la yakfi al-ibadah. Allah. Aqil cukup isyarat, jahil tak cukup ibadah. Then he gives some words as proof. They explain that. Be like Barzakh, Alif like Zad, Sad like Sifat, Mad, Tawheed, مفهوم لاحظه واحد کل نفس برزخ ذات صفات متن توحید شده مفهوم واحد کل. This is the things that we mentioned very short. Then talks about the muraqabah, hearing and observation. This time he talks about the difference of adat and ibadat. فرق است میان عادت و عبادت. عادت for him is building a jadi biasa, but ibadat is not biasa. Every time you have to renew it, you have to do it in a fresh action. Al-ibadat, he brings this hadith, al-ibadat khalaf al-adat. So this is different. Ibadat cannot be biasa. Every time you should have full huzu and khushu. Continue. And he brings this example, nafas, briefly. Nafas is adat. We don't even think, but we breathe. Because it's become biasa for us. Nafas is adat, but zikr is ibadat. That is important. Why zikr is so ibadat should not be adat. Zikr dengan nafas, but this is not a bit medical term. He said that zikr dengan nafas akan panaskan hati. Bila hati jadi panas, dia akan padam uncleanliness and dirtiness from the body. Because you do it with a loud voice, you use energy. Then he brings the names. Read the names here. Sheikh Abi Hassan ibn Yazid al-Ishqi al-Mudi wa Sheikh Abi Hassan ibn Abi Yazid al-Ishqi min Maulana al-Tabi Imam al-Sheikh. Then he continues. He brings all these names. Then he brings talk about the Murid Sadiq, the true follower of Tariqah. Those who fully obey the Shaykh. Murid Sadiq, he mentioned Murid Sadiq, Fana fi Shaykh. The key word of this relationship is Sayyid, Ikhlas and Muhibban. Try to say Jujur, Ikhlas and Muhibban. This is the three things that Murid should follow the master, should keep this one. Said, with ikhlas and muhibban. Continues with other words of talqeen. Shiva, Bina, this is Persian words. Shiva, Bina, Dana, Da'im, Ghasim, Hazir, some of them are Arabic, Nazir, Shahid. Then he keeps some, I can ask for why he mentioned about the Ali ul-A'la, A'la Ali, A'lam al-Ali, A'lam al-Alim, Kabir al-Akbar, Akbar al-Kabir, Gharib al-Aghrab, Aghrab al-Gharib. He mentioned these words as the key words of talqeen, but he did not bring the details.
On the Syrian these words understand for Mori after Talqeen.
After. Then talks about the meaning of Zayd, Asrar al-Zayd, the secret of Zayd. This is the names of Allah, Qudus, Wadud, Hayy, Qayyum, Zahir, Batin, Ra'uf, Qadi, 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 Nur, Ra'uf. Continue.
Dr. Mehdi, this was mentioned also in the Kitab of Jawahi Khams, Syekh yang generasi kelima ke bawah. Jawahir Khamsi ada menyatakan hal-hal penjelasan yang lebih mendetail. Ya,
Actually, they say that this is not made by us. It's actually Prophet says. Because there is a hadith. Ya Rasulullah, dallini ala aqrab al-tariq ala Allah. The Prophet answered, alayka bil-mudawat al-zikr. You have to continue with it. They also want to mention that this is not made by Sufi, but this is the teaching of Nabi Khawas for remembering the value of continuous zikr. Then again we have the names. We mentioned the hadith from all Mashayikh Sufi who narrated this hadith. You can see the names down. Sheikh Abubakar, Sheikh Al-Qasim, Sheikh Abubakar, Sheikh Al-Usman.
This is Silsilatul Irshad.
This is Silsilatul Irshad.
Yeah.
Then in this page he talks about different types of khatre. Yeah.
Another word for khatir. Khatir or khatir. Same.
In Malay also we have this khatir, worriness, some kind of worriness. Khatir here means it's kind of a thinking, concern. So we see that during the ibadah, there are 4 types of concerns come to the mind. Suddenly, disturb the zikr or to bring you out of focus. So he brings you khatre nafsani, khatre shaitani, khatre maliki, khatre malaki. It's not detailed what is actually on. But he said that the worst one is khatre shaitani. The worst one. And the best one is khatre sultani. Then he continues on explaining on different khatre. Dalam zikir atau ibadat dalam cara parsi. Then again he mentioned the worst khatre is shaitani. Then he explains a lot. The best khatre is sultani. Yes. Khatre, I think according to this one, is actually sudden concern come to your mind.
Lintasan hati. Because this is disebut oleh Imam Bandar Tunai. So mereka guna istilah Iran Parsi.
Mana faham perkataan khatir?
Khatir,
khawatir. Fikiran itu saya rasa kurang menyangkut. Dia pastinya lintasan hati itu.
Lintasan hati.
Dia datang tak kala
Definitely, it can be edited, right?
bukannya boleh buat-buat.
Khatir comes suddenly in the mind. Muraqabah. Sadiq have to muraqib for khatir nafsani and khatir shaitani and pluralized khatir malaki and khatir sultani. Khatir say khatir. No difference between two.
Is it related to mukhatira?
Yes, many words, khatar, khatir, khatir means valuable, khatir. khatar means danger.
Danger.
Yeah, danger.
Here it does indicate some degree of danger, right?
Yeah. And it's very valuable because khat Sultani is very good and very well.
Gangguan
And sorry, I have to Muradib, khat Sultan, heart.
Is not Khatra Sultani also hijab?
No, in Sufism, khat Sultani open heart for tajalli.
Yes, lalu di Nasur, lalu di Lahore, dimensi of Nasur, lalu in the dimension of Lahore is Tajalli. Since we got two dimension of Lahore, dimension of Nasur in Persian language.
Yes.
So ada two dimensions. So we have to understand which dimension it is.
Then he talks about the influence of humbleness and humility, khuzu wa khushu. On the other part of the body, in internalizing zikr and remembrance of Allah, to be good if it comes with khuzu and khushu, the zikr. Then again, talk about the explanation of the importance of zikr in removing all concerns and worriness, removing the khuturat, kudurat. Here,
Dr. Mahdi,
yes,
what do you mean by wariness?
worriness.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's
keep
the
quiet.
actual word, not the English one. Maybe some other words. Wary? The real English wary or
Oh.
The next one.
The next one.
Oh, okay.
Worriness.
Yes,
Worry.
Wariness.
worriness, worriness.
Wary. Oh,
Yes,
kalau
worriness.
English wary ni hati-hati loh.
Yes, yes.
Wary.
Worriness.
Kerisauan.
W-O-R-R-Y.
Ah.
W-O-R-R-Y.
Yes, yes.
Because Dr. Mahdi
Yes.
thinks in four
This-
languages.
This is the enjoying, midnight. The last period you want to PowerPoint.
Is it constance and wariness?
Worry.
Worriness. Actually, if I check in the internet now, I mean,
Kerisauan
last time,
lah. Ya.
weariness also means worriness.
Ataupun wary ke hati-hati. Hati-hati kalau wary.
To,
Tak, wary
Yeah.
is being very wary. To wary.
yes.
W-E-A-R-Y itu penat. Kalau wary itu hati-hati. Waspada. Kalau bahasa Melayu waspada. W-A-R-Y is waspada. Macam waspada dan waspada macam itu. Tapi kalau worry, penat. Dan kalau worry, risau, kegelisahan.
But the original word, the kudu.
Saya pakai bahasa Farsi yang
That is Persian.
Yeah,
The
khudud
word,
is
yeah.
Arabic, khudud as Arabic.
Is it
Kedr.
Kita.
Kedr. Kedr means
Darkness.
darkness,
Inner darkness.
inner darkness, right? Yang dalam hati jadi hitam. Yang bikin bad people, yang become
inner darkness.
So that's
kudu.
Just a word of caution ya. Dalam memahami kalimat-kalimat Sufi ini, tasawuf, baik kita berpandu kepada takrif asal perkataan dalam bahasa ini.
Yeah.
Kiranya kita cuba nak faham dengan kalimat bahasa Melayu ataupun Inggeris, kita akan hilang banyak makna dan juga kelebihan dalam saya jumpa beberapa perkataan yang nak faham ilmu Sufi ini satu perkataan saja sudah 3 muka surat, bukan satu istilah tapi satu frasa. Maka ini sedikit peringatan bahawasanya kita jangan terikut sangat dengan transliterasi ataupun terjemahan. Nanti kita masuk alam sedikit mendalam tafsir ataupun komentar, tapi berdasarkan kepada perkataan dasar, ilmu dasar, bahasa dasar lawatul fusha.
Yes, if it is edited, we have to bring all the meaning of the original words, yes, as a footnote.
As a footnote, macam
Special term.
khusyuk ya.
Yes,
bukan
khusyuk.
dia benda sangat mendalam.
Yes.
So, ini dia datang lintasan hati dan dia kena lari sekilas mata, sekilas cepat.
In fact, as you can as a tradition, usually in such texts, you will add a glossary of technical terms at the end, so that it should not be repeated on every footnote. So that would be a valuable contribution. Also about the term wariness and wariness, I just checked. This gentleman actually used a more accurate word. Wariness with an A and R is more accurate than wariness, because wariness is a concern only of something that you're afraid of, whereas wariness is that you're alert. Well, it could be positive or negative, so I'm going to tell you that you used it
Thank you for the support.
Yeah.
I'm sure he used the right word. I was just to confirm.
Actually, it was very similar, actually, in fact.
No.
Yeah, I mean, almost similar, worry and very.
But that's a
Yes.
fine distinction.
Dia similar tapi tak serupa.
Yes, I say.
Dia datang bersama-sama dan berganding. Wujud tak kala dia timbul, tenggelam, tak kala dia tenggelam.
Then قال الله تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. See that the murshid is sadiq, honest. Therefore, the murid should not miss the chance to be with him. His guide for murid is better than 40 days of ibadah. 40 days. Chehel chehel. Chehel. It's 40 days. It's 40 days. The author talked
That
about
is actually 1600 days, right?
yeah.
1600 days.
The Persian poet say یک نظر پیر به صد چهره.
One look.
One glance from the pier equals to 100 times of chilla, which is 40 days of contemplation.
One glance.
One glance from the pier, from the murshid to the murid, that has the quality, intensity of one sitting in chilla, that is 40 days of contemplation, 400 times. That is 4,000 days of chilla equals one glance from the murad, for the
We have
murshid.
to find this pier.
It's how difficult.
Peer in Persian means old and wise. Itna.
It's actually the guru, the
Guru,
spiritual
right.
guru.
Sheikh.
Sheikh.
Don't worry. We understand.
He talks about the importance of niyat in tariqah. He brings the hadith from Nabi. Niyat al-mu'min khayrun min amalihi. Niyat mu'min or the iman لا يمكن داري عمل النيات. Because niyat is amal batin, inner action. Then movement of hands and feet are amal zahir, external action. So the relationship between murid and murshid is based on the inner action, based on amal al-batin. then we talk about the من رآني في المنام فقد رأي الحق وأن الشيطان لا يتمثل به. شیطان به صورت پیغمبر صلی الله علیه و آله اصحابش تمثیل نتواند کرد. Even to fool people can imitate the face of everybody except the face of Nabi. So this is the same for Shaykh al-Murid. He said, إن الشيخ في قومه كالنبي في أمة. The Shaykh for the Murid is like Prophet for the Ummah.
Sukar sekali untuk kita mau lawan dewa macam mana. Apa ada
Cari
ketua
pir nak Prof.
Ha?
Prof kena cari pir.
Ya, kalau syaitan atau dewa itu bisa saja menyerupai berbagai rupa termasuk kawan sejati, teman wanita dan sebagainya. Bila masa dia datang, tewas kita. Jadi bagaimana mau lawan?
You see that the
Maybe if a person is a murid, murid will have to present his dreams and his feeling to his sheikh, and sheikh interprets for him and separate خطرات نفسانی from خطرات رحمانی or ربانی.
then they will know this is the face of shaitan or the face of friend.
So you will have to continue to go and find the sheikh.
Yes, according to the text.
All things related to the sheikh.
Ini sama dengan yaqaza Rasul atau ru'ya Rasul. Kalau kita lihat dalam Fathul Bari Sahih Bukhari, Syarah Sahih Bukhari tentang yaqaza Rasul, Imam Tirmizi menukilkan zaman tabi'in kecil, waktu mereka yaqaza Rasul berjumpa Rasulullah secara nyata walaupun Rasulullah tak ada, dan juga mimpi Rasulullah. Seringkali mereka akan merujuk untuk pentasihan kepada Ibnu Abbas dan juga Ibnu Sirin. Setelah ditashihkan dan mengesahkan perjumpaan Rasul itu betul atau tidak, atau mimpi Rasul yang datang itu betul atau tidak, dan Ibnu Abbas dan Ibnu Sirin melarang orang yang jumpa Rasulullah secara yaqaza maupun ru'yah untuk diwartakan kepada orang ramai, kerana dibimbangi jadi riak. Bila jadi riak atau secara psikologi dia jadi khawas yang anggap diri dia khawas atau ahlil Jannatul Naim, kerana hadis Nabi kata siapa jumpa dia tu ahli Jannah Naim. Bila dia anggap psychologically itu, dia akan jatuh riak dan semua amalannya akan ditolak. So posisi itu seringkali Ibn Abbas dengan Ibn Sirin melarang kepada tabi atau sahabat-sahabat kecil itu mewartakan kepada orang ramai. Ini adalah rahsia. Cuma itulah, perlu ada pentasihan kepada orang yang berautoriti untuk mentasihkan benda itu.
The next page say that یکی از اصول اشتغال صوفیه آن است که در حال ذکر دربانی دل کند تا نامحرم را مجال آن نباشد که در حرم خاص بیت الله تداخلی نماید، یعنی هر خطری که غیر سبحانی باشد نفی کند. One of the basic tasks of Sufi is that when he is in zikr, guards and protect the harim, It's hard. Hard. Zone of heart, no khatre, no worriness. Or thinking, except the khatre subhani can enter to the zone of Baytullah. Baytullah here means the heart of the Sufi during the zikr. Maksudnya fikiran subhani sahaja boleh berada dalam hati Sufi di waktu zikir, dan fikiran lain tidak boleh masuk. This is the muraqabah. And it continues with different definition of alim and jahil dalam tariqat dari Ali ibn Abi Talib. For alim, the aim, science is in one point, but for jahil, aim is in many points. Al-ilmu nuqta, makasiraha jahilun. It continues with explanation. And this is interesting, saying that there is a hadith from Nabi, Shar al-Nas and Akul al-Walid, Zaraba Abdul. I want the worst people are those eat alone and kick out his abd, companion, servant. This is not, this is Nabi's sunnah. This is beautiful. This is a finishing Shah Farsi. I tried to translate it. He said that روزم این است و روزگارم این است، جوینده سیدم و شکارم این است. Maksudnya, ini zaman saya dan hari-hari macam ini saya cari untuk rezeki, dan ini rezeki saya. Tarikh siap risalah ini hari 9 Rabiul Tsani 1243 Hijrah. It's almost 200 years ago. Thank you very much.
Terima kasih Dr. Mehdi. Memanglah teks Latak Ikhwaibiyah ni kita induk tarikat Syataria, memang dia membahaskan beberapa prinsip atau prinsip utama ajaran tarikat Syataria Indo, ya, dan benda ini telah dilanjutkan oleh Muhammad Ghaus Khatiruddin dalam kitabnya Jawahir Khams tentang zikir lintasan khatir, tentang zikir anfas, zikir sir dan sebagainya. Zikir anfas ada banyak kaedah, termasuk zikir sir ada lebih kurang 40 lebih kaedah yang disebut oleh Muhammad Ghaus Khatiruddin dalam Jawahir Khams. Sebenarnya lanjutan untuk bersyarah kitab ini oleh Muhammad Ghaus Khatiruddin ini, beliau telah berkhalwah selama 13 tahun di Bukit Kolan di India, ya, Gujarat sana. Selepas 13 tahun khalwah itu baru dia mensyarah. Rupanya setelah saya dengar perbahasan Dr. Mehdi, saya dapat tahu bahawa itu adalah syarah kitab Jawahir Khams ini adalah syarah kitab terhadap kitab Latak Ikhwaibiyah, ya, secara terperinci. Dan insya-Allah dengan tidak membuang masa, kita teruskan dengan pewacana yang kedua, iaitu Profesor Reza dari Universitas Heran tentang pengaruh Sufi Parsi dalam pembinaan tamadun Melayu. Itu sebenarnya ketafijuh yang ingin beliau. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya mempersilakan beliau. Silakan. Bismillah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear professors, doctors, researchers, thank you for coming and good morning. As mentioned, Prof. Shukri, my topic is the contribution of Persian Sufis in the Malay civilization. According to most of the researchers in the field of Islamic studies, Islam spread in this region by missionaries, merchants, and Sufis who were mostly Iranian, Indian, and Arabs. Before the arrival of Islam, the Malay world was strongly influenced by Hindu and Buddhist cultures and religions, which had created a unique culture and civilization in these areas due to their mix with indigenous religions and customs. There is a long history of Iran-Malay world connection and interrelation, but the most Islamic Persian cultural mystical impact on Malay world backs to the 13th to 17th century. According to the most important historical evidence, Persian families migrated from areas that today are called Kashan. Kashan is an important city near the Isfahan. Abarqu, near the Yaz, Luristan, Khorasan, and Baluchistan to Malay world in 4th century. The largest of them were Lor family. Apparently, they migrated to Java Island in 300 after Hijrah and still near Gresik, where as known as Leran, maybe meaning Lor town. The Persian family also migrated to eastern Sumatra, called Negrisyak, about 357 after Hijrah during the rule of Ale Buye dynasty. Ale Buye is a very important dynasty in Iran. Jawani al-Kurdi, another Persian family, came from Persia to northern Sumatra in 301 after Hijrah. The invention of Jawi script is attributed to them because Jawi script no concern to Java Island because this alphabet was current and further in Sumatra, not in Java. And this idea maybe is true, and Java script is from Jawani al-Kurdi is, in my opinion, is a very important issue for Malay, and the Malay have to pay attention to the importance of this script. As you know, as you see in the picture, Terengganu inscription with Jawi script is national in National History Museum of Kuala Lumpur, one of the oldest historical evidence of the spread of Islam in Southeast Asia. Classical Malay works are written in Jawi scripts, like many hikayats and many important historical documents. It's necessary I remind you this letter, this Yeah, yeah. Jawi alphabet, please pay attention to cha, and to gaf. In here? Yeah, after gaf. This evidence shows, shows Jawi alphabet derived from Persian alphabet. This is Persian alphabet. Please pay attention to che. We have che in Persian alphabet and gaf. This evidence show Persian alphabet derived from Arabic alphabet also, but Jawi script derived from Persian alphabet because some letters very similar in Malay language and Persian language. Sorry, I have it. Thank you. Anyway. A mystical Islam is a flexible and tolerant spirit has created the capacity to highlight common cultural concepts and values and to serve the potentials and capacities of indigenous cultures to promote Islam. I mean, Islamic missionaries used from traditional elements like such as Wacana, for example, and other traditional elements for promote Islam in this area. Islam was propagated in Java with tolerance and in harmony with the native culture by Wali Songo. Yeah, Songo is correct in my pronunciation. Last time, Prof. Luis Bukhari, remember me, not very Songo, very Songo. That's very difficult for me. Yeah. Islamization of indigenous and Hindu Buddhist religions and converting to Islam in Java by Bali Songo, promotional activities. There are historical evidence of Islam's propagation by a Gujarati merchant of Iranian descent, Sayyid Maulana Malik Ibrahim. Sayyid Maulana Malik Ibrahim was originally from Kashan. His family migrated to Gujarat and to Southeast Asia, yeah. He has been considered as one of 9 Javanese saints or Wali Songo. Yeah. According to Javanese historiography, in early 9th century after Hijrah, 2 brothers came from Champa to Java, Ali Murtaza and Ali Rahmatullah. Their father, Sheikh Ibrahim Samarkandi, Persian merchant, came to Champa to propagate Islam and married the king's daughter. The spread of Islam in this region through the efforts of this Persian family of Champa. Next Islamic propaganda networks were organized by connection with this line, I mean Wali Songo. Persian Sufi orders such as Qadiriya founders is Sheikh Abdul Qadir Gilani from Gilani, north of Iran, and Shaktariya, originally from Mawara and Naqshbandiya, same from Mawara and etc. were greatly influential in propagation and expansion of Islam in Malay world. Sufism has played a pivotal role in expansion and deepening of the interrelationship between Muslim nations. Sufism is one of the most important factors of expansion and propagation of Islam around the world and also among the Malay world. Persian Sufism, with its vast spiritual capacity in incorporation of the sublime human values and emphasis on toleration and devotion, has left a deep impact on Malay Sufism. Ibrahim ibn Adham, Bayezid Bastami, Imam Muhammad al-Ghazali, Maulana Rumi, Fakhruddin Iraqi, Jami are among the Sufis that significantly influenced Malay mystics such as Pansuri, Sumatrai, Nuruddin Raniri, Palimbani, and many others. Imam Muhammad al-Ghazali, Abu Hamid, Muhammad ibn Muhammad al-Tusi, al-Ghazali. Tus was an important city in Khurasan, was a Persian origin. Al-Ghazali's figure depicts an ideal Muslim who is inclusive of tasawwuf, kalam, and fiqh. Al-Ghazali's thoughts, along with the spread of Islam, as one of the most important sources of Islamic teachings, gradually spread to the Malay world. Some of the most important centers of transmission of Al-Ghazali's thoughts were Pesantren, Pondok, and Surao. The most important resources for education in Pesantrens were two works of Al-Ghazali. One, the beginning of guidance, Bidayatul Hidayah, and second, the revival of the religious science, Ihya'u Ulumuddin. Bidayatul Hidayah is the most authoritative work on traditional Sufism. This sentence belongs to Abdul Rahman Bahid. Kimyai Sa'adat, the alchemy of happiness, another important and influential work of Al-Ghazali in Malay world. Al-Ghazali's position in the Malay world. Ghazali's fame in the Malay world is largely due to his Ihya Ulumuddin, and this book of Al-Ghazali took an important dignity at the reformist Sufi system in Palimbani's period. Kimyai Sa'adat, Alchemy of Happiness, another important and influential work of Al-Ghazali in Malay world, emphasized importance of observing the ritual requirements of Islam, the actions that would lead to salvation and avoidance of sin. The factor that set the Kimyai Sa'adat apart from other theological works at the time was its mystical emphasis on self-discipline and asceticism, means zuhud. Al-Ghazali impact on Malay Sufi and scholars can be seen in Hamza Fansuri work, Shamsuddin Sumatrai, Nuruddin Raneri, Abdul Samad al-Palimbani, and many others. Abdul Samad Palimbani is another mystic inherited a great deal from Persian Sufism. He must be considered the most eminent translator and introducer of Al-Ghazali's Sufism into Alam Malay. Two of his important works, هداية السالكين و سير السالكين and سير السالكين have been adopted from Al-Ghazali's works. Hamza Fansuri is a famous Sufi in Alam Malayu and he was born in Barus, Fansur, in the West Sumatra. He has also mentioned the deep mystical perception has experienced in Ayutthaya. In Ayutthaya, a minority, Iranian minority migrate from Qom and other cities to Ayutthaya. Fansuri's works reveal that he also took advantage of terms and the concepts used by great Sufis such as Al-Ghazali, Ibn Arabi, Mawlavi, and Jami. In his Risalatul Muntaha, it was mentioned a poem from Jami Gawaye. همسایه و همنشین و همره همه اوست، در دلق گدا و اطلس شه همه اوست، در انجمن فرق و نهانخانه جمع بالله همه اوست، ثم بالله همه اوست. You can see in this manuscript exactly the Persian sentence in the first.
I have to say, actually, very interesting. After 13 years, I was in Malaysia. This is the first time I see a manuscript books. Last night he showed me. People think that it's all Malay, right? I mean, at the first beginning. But the second sentence is decoded from Persian poetry. You know, Allah Ta'ala kata Maulana Abdul Rahman Jami Rahmatullah Alayh, Beit Hamsayu Ham Nashin, Hamra Haruz. This is Persian. He quote like a we quote from Arabic.
Very cool.
It's very beautiful. I just first time I was surprised. Ham Nashin Hamra Haruz and Juman Farq Aman Manado Jami Billah. Then it continues in Malay. So Billah Haruz Yani Sekampalos Sekuntu Dekans Sincilatan Tabir Segala Minta Makan dan Pada Atlas. I think this is the Malay words.
It's translation of the
Yes, first I was so surprised because this is the manuscripts that we have in here in Malay.
This manuscript published before published, and there are many manuscripts till hasn't published. Like the next slide, I mentioned it. Fansuri in Asrar al-Arifin bring to mind quotes a verse from Iraqi Fakhruddin Iraqi, Muhammad Ibrahim Fakhruddin Iraqi, not Iraq. Iraq means Iraq. Iraq.
It's the name of city's name.
Yeah. Iraq al-Ajam and Iraq al-Arab. From Iraqi لمعات about the unity of existence. معشوق و عشق و عاشق هر سه یک هست اینجا، چون بحث در نگنجد هجران چه کار دارد. بله من ندارم. The beloved love and lover are all one and the same. When union is not there, what business is there for separation? Or another quotation from Sa'di Shirazi. ای موقع سر عشق ز پروانه بیاموز کان سوخته را جان شد آواز نیامد. You can see the translation.
Bird of down means that the burung yang bersuara awal pagi. Bird of down is a poetic terms. Ya burung yang bersuara awal pagi. Bird of down, the down, go and learn from the mouth. That is burn the spirit without a sound.
Shamsuddin Sumatrai or Sumatrani is among the famous Sufi of Malay world. In one his Malay works called Nur al-Daqa'iq. Samatrani has quoted these Persian mystical terms. Nist hasti man agar haq nist. I have no existence if there is no God. In his work, Shamsuddin mentioned of Persian mystics poems such as Fakhruddin Iraqi and Sheikh Mahmud Shabestari. Apparently, he knows Persian language, means Farsi, like as his master, his guru, Pansuri. As you can see in the second line, the poem of Sheikh Mahmud Shabestari, توی تو نسخه سر الهی بجو از خویش هر چیزی که خواهی. This manuscript still hasn't published. Inshallah, we published in cooperation with
The first line, third line, fourth line is in Malay. The second line is in Persian because he quoted a Persian poet, Shair Farsi. We can I think Kata Sheikh Muhammad Al-Sari, Kata Salah, Sel Toyi.
توی تو نسخه قدس الله سره توی تو نسخه سر الهی بجو از خویش هر چیزی که خواهی.
که dalam ini dan telah dan rahat dalam makan jari Allah pada segala bab tahu.
Translation
Yes,
of
it
this
is all Malay. Kata Sheikh Hamzah Fansuri again. He said kata Sheikh Hamzah Fansuri radhiyallahu anhu.
Yeah. Next, please. Nuruddin Ranili is another prominent Sufi of this region. Being an advocate of reformist Indian Sufi Ahmad Sarhindi, he wrote 29 books, mostly in disagreement with Fansuri's and Sumatrani's notion of the unity of existence. His works still is taught in traditional religious centers of Malaysia. His works still is taught in traditional, Raniri, on his book Tibyan al-Adyan, writes about the Sufi sect of Babi'iyah, that they love one Persian poem and always repeat it like a zikr. The poem is Tora Tudani Yobas, Man Tora Nadonat Kas, Tora Nadonat Kas, Man Tora Tudani Yobas. Means only you know yourself.
Only you know yourself, not anyone else. No one doesn't know you. However, you know yourself. Tora tudani bas, mar tora nadanat kas, tora nadanat kas, mar tora tudani bas.
There are instances in Malay literature indicating the great Iranian and Persian mystics of the second century, such as Ibrahim Adham, from Balkh in Old Khorasan, such as Hikayat Sultan Ibrahim Adham by Raniri. In one of his voluminous book called Bustan al-Salatin, Raniri speaks of Ibrahim Adham's account on piety, patience, and trust. And finally, what can be concluded from this brief paper is that the relationship between the Persia and Alam Malayu was mostly based on Sufism and literature. In fact, Sufism has been the common language of the both cultures. It seems that the Sufi vocabulary can still play an important role in consolidation the intercultural relationship between Persian and Malay cultures. it is worth for educational and research centers of the two sides to take steps to study this intercultural relation by focusing on this common legacy and provide more intent the proximity by executing collaborative seminar about the prominent Persian and Malay Sufis and translation of their works. I believe the time has come to avoid controversial arguments and focus on common cultural and mystical heritage, as stated by the Maulana Rumi. Mayhap Hindus and Turks with the same tongue may have a Turk and a Hindu stranger one another. The sound of amity hence is another thing, better being of one heart than of one tongue. ای بسا هندو و ترک هم زبان، ای بسا دو ترک چون بیگانگان، از زبان محرمی خود دیگر است، همدلی از همزبانی بهتر است. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih kepada Prof. Redon. Pada keseluruhannya dapat disimpulkan bahawa Sufi Parsi ini memainkan peranan yang banyak dalam pembinaan tamadun Islam di alam Melayu. Itu kesimpulan yang dapat dilakukan. Dan sekarang ni kita kemukakan sesi soal jawab dan dipersilakan sekarang. Tolong sebut nama, asal dan soalan. Silakan. Silakan Prof. Wan Mokhtar.
Saya tertanya-tanya, apakah yang menyebabkan warga-warga Parsi itu datang ke sini awal-awalnya? What is in their heart we do not know, but what was the factors in their area in Iran that led them to cross vast ocean to come to Malay lands? What was the reason? Overland, yeah.
Iran's situation in the world is a very sensitive place for many, for centuries, from the, for example, from the first century after Hijrah. At first, I have to mention trading is the important reason for migration, and Iranian from the ancient Iran had trading and the relationship with this area, because Iranian were very productive people, and they liked Portugal, his productives, and buying merchants and deeds from other countries, especially China. And this area was important for for sailing, and especially Malacca treaties. Some Iranian stayed for months in this area, and some of them got married in this area and stay in for years, for life. Another reason was attacks from other emperor, other countries to Iran, like Mughals. When Mughals attacked Iran, many Iranians migrate from Iran to other places, like India and Anatolia and other areas. This area was very safe and very far from this crisis. And Malay people are very calm and very hospitable. I think this reason can be considered for reasons of this migration in brief.
Prof, we have, actually this is my experience, we have many terms. I noticed in Malay words, especially in business words, they are not Arabic, they are Persian. For example, Malay wants to do business. What we call it? We don't call them tajir. We call them saudagar. In Malay word, saudagar is absolutely same as Persian. So in Iran, if you call it saudagar in historical terms, it means a businessman. This is not Arabic, this is not Chinese, this is not Sanskrit. Because saudagar is like kar-e-gar, or other terms in Persian. In the history, the practices, another terms in Malays, for example, Prof. Luis knows, near the cities, near the seas, all the ports are called bandar or Shah bandar. Yes. There, many of my friends think that it's Arabic. In fact, it's not Arabic, it's Persian. It's Farsi also. Because what? Because historically, we were older enough to do trades. Yeah. Are we there? Yes. Go ahead. We don't have very famous in history. I mean, we don't talk about the race or these issues. When we look at the history, there was one China in the east, and one Persia in the west, and one India in the middle. So the Silk Road starts from China to Persia. So these terms somehow comes to Malay words. I went to Lembah Bujang Archaeological Museum in Lembah Bujang near Kedah a few times. There are some artifacts that they discovered it's actually from Isfahan, from Shiraz, nations. So they came during the Kedah Sultanate or Siam Sultanate to Malaysia. In Saadi's poem, which is 700 years ago, he has a poem, he has one poetry. He talks about Malacca. The Taj, I just searched in the internet now, I responded to make it more accurate. The Taj Malakzadi dar Melac, Melac, Shabi Lari Ufla dar Sanglah. He talks about, the Malacca was very famous of Sultanate. The first early names of this area was in Malacca Sultanate. So inside he knows this one. You see that there was a prince of Malacca, he lost his crown's diamond. Someone stole it like that. So all the people in this town were searching for this diamond He started with this poem, is تاج ملک زادی در ملاخ شبی لعلی افتاد در سنگلاخ. In all Iranian Persian edit of this poetry, they refer to this Malaka. Because the time the Sa'di wrote this poem, 800 years ago, 700 years ago, was the time was exactly flourishing of this Malaka, certainly in the trades.
I just want to add, when I asked this question pertaining to this coming to this land or Muslims from other areas going to another land, the answer that came to me was, number one, trading.
Yes, correct.
Number two, which you mentioned, in search of a safe haven. But there is another reason for going out of your land is to propagate Islam. That's where Sufism comes in. Because when you are happy in your Sufi state in your land and you see your neighbors in animistic state, then it is your duty to go out and to continue to at least develop prayers. And Salatul Jama'at was one of the most important weekly event that has to be established. That was the reason that in my heart I think would be a better reason why this happens, rather than just trading and in search of a safe haven. It was the work of the Sufi first. That was the internalization and the expression of that feeling to come out.
That's right. Thank you.
Lagi satu Prof, kita mindset kita sekarang ni kita anggap kita ni terpisah dengan pasir. Tapi dalam pemetaan kuno kita part of pasir. Kerana dalam Prapanca Kartanagara, manuskrip Kerajaan Majapahit, dia sebut wilayah ini wilayah Nusantara. Wilayah Nusantara ini ikut pemetaan kuno pasir itu is part of the pasir, wilayah dia. Tapi dinamakan Nusantara dalam Kerajaan Majapahit, dia punya manuskrip Prapanca Kartanagara. Tapi bila Ibn Battuta datang, dia memberi definisi baru Alamul Jawi, memisahkan pasir ini dengan Jawi ini, dibuat pemetaan baru. Bila penjajah datang, dipecah habis semua, lagi terpisah. Bermakna seolah-olah Asia Tenggara ini bukannya dimasuk di dalam, adalah sebahagian daripada pemetaan pasir dulu, pemetaan kuno dulu. Baik, kalau kita ikut kronologi sejarah tu, kita memang part of pasir. Kerana ada similarity kepercayaan, latar belakang dan sebagainya.
Well, I needed to add something about what you mentioned. I don't think in Islam we have ever had the concept of missionaries, such as the Christians. You send people to propagate your faith. We never did that. Actually, Sufis, which many of them, many of these religious people were traders. When they go, they take their cultures with them and they talk to their neighbors, etc. So it happens very natural, organic. Unlike the Christian way of, sending people to convert. I actually haven't come across, I've lived like in India for 10 years and in America for another 7, 8 years, and I've also been in China for a while. So when I went there, when you study the history, you'll see that if Persians or any other Muslims, they go there, they go and settle, they get married, and then, things spread. I have never come across anything in historical treatises where actually a king will send some people to propagate the faith here. So whatever happened here is quite natural and organic. And he was mentioning some words that you have. I have one word that many of you will know. Who knows what Damansara means?
Yes. Yes.
Anyone knows?
Yeah. Place of garden.
No. Damansara actually have two parts. Daman means skirt, and Sara means house or residential. So skirt is also hill skirts we use, damane. Okay. So Damansara means is residentials on hill skirts. And these are Persian words. But you know, they are embedded here. It did not come as a word to be inserted. It's automatically, and as you mentioned, organically developed. So then you have angur and you know other things that when we hear, we feel the same because these are Persian words, etc., etc. And when I was in China, it was, many of your scholars know that the liturgical words, Islamic liturgical, are Persian, whereas in Iran, those liturgical words are in Arabic. Okay, like you know, we use wudu, which is Arabic. In China, they use abdest. Abdest is Persian word for wudu. So Iranians use the Arabic word. The Chinese use Persian words. So, and this is the beauty of the exchange of cultures that is not inserting. If it was the other way, we should keep it Persian to ourselves. We received Islam from the Arabs. Therefore, our Islam is somehow Arabized. Whereas Chinese received their Islam from Persian. So when they speak Persian, they use Persian terms, those they consider very religious. So it's that organic movement that is very beautiful to me.
Prof, in just one sentence, sometimes we say that we have a Wacana and Sama in Bahasa Melayu. We have not even we have a similar sentence. You know, in Malay we say pahlawan ini mata besar, for example. In Persian we can say the same sentence. Ini pahlawan badannya besar. This is it's not even the same word. It's the same sentence. So it needs to be. I think there should be a new field of this research. I think.
I totally agree that we need a Muslim way of doing things. It's not like Christian way of doing things.
Yes.
That is understood. But in trying to understand the movement, organic or inorganic, is a commentary that we can look into the mechanism of it. But really, it is about the sharing of goodness that you have in you, that you need to share with others. And when you see your neighbors are not in the same domain of goodness, then you want to share. This is in the events of moving, it can be organic or inorganic, but definitely in the writing of literature, we can say it is like a Christian missionary way. Just that one. That was Islamic.
Ada soalan lagi? Kalau tak ada, ada.
Orang dia.
Kalau ada orang lain, silakan. Saya nak tanya, selepas kita memahami selok-belok sejarah perkalian yang begitu akrab antara Persia dengan alam Melayu, ya, Iran dengan tanah Melayu sekarang, Republic of Islam Iran dan kerajaan Malaysia sekarang. Dalam kemelut kini ditonjolkan rata-rata pertembungan Syiah dan Sunni. Bagaimana kita mahu leraikan mereka melalui ini dengan memahami fakta sejarah yang begitu hebat untuk kita cari jalan persepaduan. Apa yang berlaku sekarang rata-rata kita lihat musuh-musuh Islam itu ada dan mencari tempat dan mencari peluang untuk melaga-lagakan. Kita lihat berlaku rata-rata. Sekarang ini Malaysia pun berlaku. Jadi bagaimana urusan ini bisa saja kita tangani sebaik-baiknya supaya Malaysia dan Iran sepertinya dulu cantik, harmonis dan cakap mencakap. Itulah dia. Bagaimana? Silakan. Ini realiti sekarang.
No, actually, very frankly, you see, we have a Malay culture which is very nice. We have Malay politics also. Same in Iran. We have a Persian culture, we have a Persian politics. So, we as scholars, I mean, those who can think a bit, deeply, I really don't like about this politics. Because for us, for me, I mean for everybody, I mean, as you know, history of Iran, which we know and is prescribed, is at least 7,000 years. The official mazhab of so-called Shia is just 300 years. I'm not going to sacrifice the whole history of 7,000 years for 300 years. So for me, when I come to this beauty of Malay culture I see, we are more similar to our history, definitely. So that's why when people are talking about this issue, I say that this is, let's say 2-3% differences. Let's focus on the similarities, 97%, 98%. This is what we need. It's very interesting. All these Malay scholars here, which everybody appreciates, is our call it access heritage, same as yours. Like Imam Ghazali, like Ibn Sina. My Malay friends sometimes think that they're Arab. I say, no, they are not Arabs. You cannot find, I think, even 10%, very frankly. That's why sometimes we have misunderstanding. You cannot find, even this is not my word, this is Ibn Khaldun's word. He said that majority of Muslim scholars are not Arab. I say 90%. Yes. You mentioned, yes, Khwarazmi, Sina, Farabi, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. Some of them, the books are in Persian.
All of
Yes. And we love here Imam Ghazali, Malay word. Malay word, Kimya Saudat is in Persian. Why not we focus about this? If other people are interested to focus on politics, let them do their works. Those who think well, they can do the best work. we do this.
But why I bring up the message?
Yeah, I know these people, these now.
This 3,000 years,
Yeah.
compared to 7,000 years,
300 years.
300 years,
Yes.
has captured
Unfortunately,
the
right.
world event.
That's why I'm very happy that
This
Bro
is
Shukri,
sad part.
you, other people, when you know about the history of Iran, you can boleh besarkan, apa yang Iran sebenarnya, budaya Parsi sebenarnya,
Yeah.
and this was politics. If we hate, sometimes I say, kalau kita benci sangat Iran, if we hate them, sometimes as if you hate yourself. Because Imam Ghazali, Ibn Sina, all these books are in Persian. This is the common identity of us. So that's why unfortunately some people are doing their political job. So, but we have to be more stronger. Shattar, say more faster and quick. As they say, Shattari, they say that they are faster and quick and smart. So we have to do the smartest job. This is my.
And just to add, we are talking about these divisions. There is a famous sentence or statement when it comes to media. They say when it bleeds, it leads. When it bleeds, that is cut and the blood is coming out, then it leads. That means if you have some news about some horrible event, they will bring that up because the entertaining quality of 5 people being chopped off is more than talking about the city that is living in peace. Okay? So they are, media lives on this contradictions and dilemmas and horrible events. So it is very important, I think, for most of us, for myself, I mean, I tell you, you may find it odd and shocking that I haven't followed the news for the past 28 years. I don't read newspapers. And you see I'm healthy, no problem, okay? It's because there are certain news that are valid today and tomorrow they are used information, but you still carry them in your mind. That means your mind becomes a dustbin of all sorts of informations that are rubbish, but you carry them with you. But when you talk about either Al-Ghazali or Hamza Fansuri or Raniri or Ibn Sina, every day they nourish your heart. When you read Ghazali or any other of these big people, big spiritual, you don't feel that tomorrow when you're remembering it, it's a waste. It's not a waste. It's like nourishing a flower. So it is important for me and you as scholars to keep alive this tradition of dialogue. Because if we had, I'm an expert of Silk Roads. I've been invited by UNESCO here and there because I studied Buddhism and Hinduism and traveling. The Silk Road, it's called Silk Road because silk was exchanged. But what I think is more important, commodity, was thought. Because people went, this guy went to take silk, the other one brought some spices, but in between the dialogue happened and people learned from one another. Art flourished, spirituality flourished. People exposed to each other's religion. In fact, Christianity got exposure to the East through the Silk Road, and vice versa. So if we can keep alive the spirit of this kind of healthy dialogue, then it will be benefit to everyone. Whereas if we focus on our little differences, definitely Prof. Shukri looks different than I. Okay? So we can write books about how different I am from him only from our appearance. But what it benefits anyone, everyone? Nothing. But if we can bring a Chinese who looks very different, and an Iranian and an American, which we share the same language of heart, then we'll see that we can taste that in there. And when the Quran, I always think that if we could have Quran in its real sense, then some sentences will be very bold, like, Times New Roman 100 bold. And some of them are smaller. When you say, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, that is a bold sentence of the Quran. Whereas there are ayat there are all ayat al-ilahi, there are wahy, but they are not that significant as compared to this. Okay. So this is a very auspicious occasion, and I thank the organizers for it. And, I'm happy to be here.
Ada soalan lagi?
Ada soalan, tanya input saja lah.
Okey, silakan.
Saya sekarang ni dah jadi UKM Celuk lah. Sekarang. Tapi saya masih ada lagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Walaupun saya sekarang sudah di Mesir, tapi saya masih lagi menjadi ahli kumpulan kawan-kawan lah di Raat. Dan hari itu kami berjumpa dengan Naib Chancellor UKM dengan Tok tentang kerjasama kami dengan universiti dan institusi di Iran, khusus dalam sains dan teknologi. Dan mungkin rakan-rakan kat sini tak tahu sebenarnya Naib Chancellor UKM yang baru ini memang sangat akrab dengan kerjasama universiti di sana. Dan beliau juga berbincang dengan kumpulan kami dan scientific counselor daripada embassy lah, Dr. Fredon. Di satu perkara yang ditimbulkan, saya rasa kita patut sambut dengan sangat baik. Dan dia kata apa yang kita buat in science and technology is excellent, tetapi apa yang patut kita tingkatkan ialah cultural exchanges, dan apa yang sedang berlaku sekarang. Dan saya harap Prof. Sufian pun bagilah sepatah berkata kat dia yang cadangan yang dia bagi cadangan itu sedang diambil dengan giat oleh ATMA dan insyaAllah oleh fakulti yang lain lah. Dan saya sendiri, saya mencadangkan pada Dr. Fredin pun. Dan saya rasa postdoc masa kami melawat Dr. Fredin tu di embassy, postdoc yang ada kat UKM ni, dia kata sebenarnya embassy patut lebih lagi rancak tentang hubungan budaya dan persuratan dengan universiti lain di Malaysia ini juga. Rancakkan lebih lagi. Sebab pepatah Melayu kata kan, kalau tak kenal maka tak cinta. Betul lah Dr. Mati.
Jadi Dr. Mati dia kenal, dia cinta dia.
Ya.
Oh, dia sendiri dah tak relevan lah pada dia.
Thank you very much.
Bukan soalan lah, sorry.
Terima kasih Prof. Husna. Input Prof. Husna itu mungkin mengakhiri siri wacana ini.